Hello and welcome to another edition of In the Box Seats. I guess it's a bit quieter this week, Ella.
It is a rare break for us. No racing here
No.
this weekend, but obviously Phantom meeting will be on because there's plenty to watch down south, all the races down there. So come along and everything will be open down here in the downstairs members.
It does pose a question.
Yes.
And I'll
Go
give you
on.
a whole week to study to try and find this out.
Yep.
Who come up with the idea that it was a phantom meeting when there's no races? Like when there's a washout, it becomes a phantom meeting. When the race club holds a race day with no races, it becomes a phantom meeting.
I will fact check that one for you, Mitchie, and I will
in the cricket,
bring it. I will bring
I know
it to
you
the
love
show.
your sport.
Yep.
But I'll digress here because we've got the time to talk about it. In the cricket, there's the DLS method when it's a washout.
Yep.
And they were named after three gentlemen.
Right.
Frank Duckworth, Tony Lewis, and Stephen Stern. Hence the DLS method.
Right.
And then there's all sorts of combinations that come into play and runs
X, Y,
and
Z.
overs.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Is there a Roger Phantom out there?
There could be.
In the 1990s or 80s or 70s, a Roger Phantom said, well, when we're not racing, we're going to have a Phantom meeting.
I'd say Phantom is highly like, you know, the whole what a Phantom is, you know, ghost, nothing happening. Then here, nothing's happening, there's no racing. I'd say that's highly more likely to have come from the definition of Phantom than a Roger Phantom. However, I like the theory. And
7 days to...
And we'll look into it before next week.
Geez, I would really like if you come back next week and go,
say,
you know what?
You were right.
It doesn't have to be Roger, it was just the first name that comes to me. Anyway.
Let's get back on track, eh?
Yeah. As I said, I digress, but we've got the time.
We
had to fill the quota somehow.
So let's go into what is coming up here on track. Obviously, we've got the Queensland Jewel Raceday next Saturday. All roads lead to Jewel, so we're very excited for that. A great one on the calendar. Tickets are still available for the Shandon Luncheon, so if you want hospitality, book those tickets quick. Skyline and Gallery are now sold out, so it's your only hospitality left. Otherwise, get your GA tickets, get a Members Day pass. It's going to be a great day on track.
Yeah, the preludes were conducted last weekend. Pretty dubious, was extremely impressive, winning the Colts and Geldings division from the Rob Heathcote stable. So no doubt will be one of the leading contenders come the Jewel next week. The 3-year-old looks more open. Dream Smart was well tried to win the prelude last week. The eye-catching run was Astapor from the Clinton Taylor stable running second. The step up to 1,200 metres should suit come Saturday week. So, yeah, I think the 3-year-old will be more open, but the 2-year-old, if pretty dubious, runs up to that performance last week, it'll be awfully hard to beat. We had some strong trials here on Tuesday morning on the B grass. Horses heading towards Jewel Day. Catwalk Criminal will likely head towards the Military Rose Plate. Handicap this year, of course, isn't it?
Another change on the day.
You've got to be careful about those changes. She, of course, won here on Pink Ribbon Day and was ultra impressive that day. So the Military Rose will be on the target. She won by some 9 lengths at the trials and really scorched along. Steady Ready was also at the trials on Tuesday and will be heading towards the King of the Mountain at the end of the month up at Toowoomba for Tony and Maddie Sears, based here at the Gold Coast base. So no doubt we'll be cheering Steady Ready on.
Speaking of the Sears stable, I was here on the weekend, last weekend that just went past. They got their first winner since moving, obviously the operation, not moving, but opening the operation here on the Gold Coast. So it was great to see them in the winner's circle. There was also plenty of winners from the Train Tech complex. So obviously showing strength to strength with that, which was very exciting to see in the winner's circle.
Things are progressing nicely for the stables at Train Tech. Paul Shaler's having a great run of it. He won 3 out of the 4 2-year-old trials on Tuesday, so his babies are starting to come through. February Horse of the Month.
Yes, Archer's Reign. Also,
I thought you were looking at me to say it, but it was...
I'm happy to jump in there. Archer's Reign, February Horse of the Month.
On the auto cue it says Ella.
Great win by Archer's Reign, so good to crown them February Horse of the Month.
Just joking, we don't use an auto cue. Real professional here. Josh Sweeney.
Just a piece of paper.
Yeah, Josh Sweeney, of course, prepares Archer's Reign. Won 2 out of its last 3, won that race on the Poly by a big margin and was impressive on the turf last week. So let's find a winner elsewhere, of course.
Yes, looking to the interstate races. So I've gone in the Australian Guineas Sepples. Form is hard to fault. Blake Shin stays on, so should go close in the Australian Guineas. And then also going to look at the Very Elegant Stakes, obviously the 2 features of the day. Let's look at Randwick. So I'm going to go Fangirl. So it is obviously one last start against a similar field, a terrific chance to continue the strong form. It is a weight for age race, so it is going to be hard to tackle that favourite in the race, but I'm going to stick on Fangirl here.
Yeah, she's looking to lower the colours of Via Sistina again,
Yes.
so they meet all again after that race, the Wink Stakes a couple of weeks ago. I'm going Angel Capital in the Australian Guineas.
Yep.
Just has to run the 1,600 metres out. Terrific race though, there's plenty of chances. I agree with your selection, it's right in the mix.
Look at me go. Speaking
And
of that, winner last week, so I'll just slide that one in there.
Yes.
Happy to claim Miss Personality got that win as well.
Yes.
I'm on form, as they would say.
Yes, Miss Personality. It's easy when you just find one named after yourself. I struggle. Quietly Arrogant is named after myself, and I think it is a great each-way chance in the Skyline Stakes. It ran in the Magic Millions here, and it was a cracking run. It ran 9th, but it was flying home at the end of the race, so it just got held up at the turn. James McDonald's been booked $13 in the Skyline on Saturday. It's last chance to try and get into the Golden Slipper. I reckon it's an excellent each-way play.
There you go.
Quietly Arrogant and Shaggy, the Quinella selections there, going off names. Anyway, that is it for In the Box Seat. You've got a job to do next week.
I do. I'll come prepared, and obviously next week we'll be previewing the Jewel, so it'll be a massive episode, seeing those 5 feature races, who's going to come out on top, so we're looking forward to that.
Plenty of content next week, can't wait.
Absolutely.
All right, enjoy the weekend off.
You too.
And that's it for In the Box Seat this week.